This Center for Research in Igbo History and Culture. We are here at AWKA Etiti. We are the compound of Ohamadike, compound the Nemo family, where Chidi Emeka, Prince of Umueri, is wedding Miss Chioma of the Nemo family in AWKA Etiti. Everything is getting set, as you can see. Everything is getting set. Meanwhile, we are going to take the opportunity of the quiet to chat with some of the elders of the community to get a background on the history and the culture of AWKA Etiti. I'm here with an elder of the community, and we are going to have a chat with him. Thank you, sir. This is the Center for Research in Igbo History and Culture. We are presently located at Umueri, Anambra local government area, where we started, where the center is currently housed, but eventually it's going to spread out to the rest of the communities in Igbo land. We are interested in recording the history and the culture of the Igbo people, and that is why we are here today. Thank you, sir. Would you like to introduce yourself to us?
My name is INNO ANOLIEFO, Chief INNO ANOLIEFo, OWELLE of AWKA Etiti. OWELLE of AWKA Etiti is a very high title in AWKA Etiti land. Yes.
What does it signify?
It signifies the adjutants to the Igwe.
Okay.
Yes, men are chief advisor to the Igwe.
The chief advisor. You see, in other communities also, we have, I know in my community where we used to have an OWELLE,
yes.
And in Onisha we had Zik as the OWELLE. I know.
It's the same. The nomenclature will appear the same, but interpretation varies. But all shows a high profile title. Okay,
but it doesn't necessarily mean the same responsibility.
No, it doesn't.
But wherever it is a very high,
yes,
high title.
Yes, like I said, high profile title.
In AWKA Etiti, what does it actually signify, specifically in AWKA Etiti?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, the chief advisor.
The chief advisor,
yeah,
to the Igwe.
Yes.
So you're a high chief.
That's more or less what it is.
It's my pleasure to meet you.
Thank you
very much, sir. So what can you tell us about your community? We'd like to know the origins of AWKA Etiti, the composition of AWKA Etiti, the culture of AWKA Etiti, if you have the time. What can you tell the people?
Well, I will, you know, of course, you know that this what we are conducting now may not be enough to capture it all, but I'll just give you a synopsis, a very brief listing. Very brief.
We'll still come back.
Yes.
We'll still come back
to
dig into this.
Oh, yes. AWKA Etiti is one of the communities that have traced their origin from Idemili. Idemili is that river that cuts across. You know, you've heard of Idemili River.
Okay, yes.
Yes. Now
we've seen them in Nollywood films.
That is it. Although it's a very long, you know, cutting across several communities, Nobi, Ogidi, and all that.
Okay.
Now we have a relationship. History has it that we migrated, or we have a relationship with Nobi. That's a version. There are too many.
We passed through Nobi coming in here. Yes.
No, this AWKA Etiti is derived from Nobi. It's one of the sons of Nobi that migrated, put it that way,
out of Nobi.
Okay. And formed its own community.
Okay.
Here in AWKA Etiti, we have 7 villages. This is where we are now. Is Umudunu.
Okay.
Probably in the ranking, it's the 4th.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
In the order of seniority, it's the 4th, and but the biggest in terms of population and land mass. Okay. That's Umudunu village. In Umudunu village, as I said, we have Ngo. We have kindred. This is Umezanya kindred, where we are now. Okay. And like I was trying to point out, we have Ngo and Mbana. Okay, where we are now is Mbana. Ngo is the upper land, normally referred to as upper land.
Yes.
Mbana is
Yes.
the thing.
Yes.
The topography of AWKA Etiti descends.
Okay.
You know, it's in descent.
Okay.
The upper area is called Ngo. The down area is called.
So the down area is kind of a valley.
Yes.
A valley.
Just
Yes.
keep yes, that's
Yes.
where it is.
Okay.
That's Mbana. And that's where that Ngo and Mbana derive from. So we have a relationship, call it a biological relationship with Nobi.
Okay.
But that's where it ends. AWKA Etiti now is
Autonomous.
Yes, autonomous community of its own.
Okay.
And our forefathers used the name Etiti to signify that the town is at the center of the world. Put it that way.
Okay.
At the center of the world, or at the center of so many other neighboring communities.
Okay.
And that's why it's called AWKA. Truly, the spelling is of AWKA is not, it's anglicized. It's the
Okay.
European.
D-A-W-K-A.
It's not AWKA.
Yes.
It's OKA.
Okay.
OKA.
Is it the same thing as the AWKA that is capital of Anambra
No, it
State?
is not.
The spelling is the same.
Spelling is the same. That's what I'm
But the
talking
meanings
of.
are different.
Yes, the colonial masters who cannot pronounce, in written this thing, it's spelled AWKA.
Yes.
But the true this thing is OKA.
Then does it mean also that the AWKA that is the capital is also anglicized? Is it wrongly spelled?
Well, we wouldn't know. It is possible, but for
yes.
AWKA Etiti,
Yes.
that's what it is. And then there is this trend now by people to revert back to the proper nomenclature.
It's all over the place. Even in Yoruba land,
Yes,
they are
to
changing.
go back to what it is.
Yes.
The colonial masters are no more.
Yes.
Those that introduced those changes.
Yes.
And you find them everywhere.
Everywhere, even in
Besides,
Yoruba land.
yes,
Everywhere.
names of communities and names of these things.
Yes.
And it's distorting the true history of the district. So there is a movement now within us,
Yes.
and I hope it matures in my generation to revert back. AWKA is one of. There are a couple of other things that were distorted
Yes.
by Christianity and by the European
Yes.
culture.
Yes.
So we're trying to take the very good ones amongst them, and those that represent us very well, bring them back. And then there are other ones that are not too good. We discard them.
Here in the Center for Research in Igbo History and Culture, this is what we are saying is really at the center of our interests.
Yes.
Our cultures, we have to revive them. Take what is not too good,
Yes.
discard them. The ones that are good,
That's-
revive them,
it is.
repackage them.
If you succeed in doing that,
Yes.
then you would have helped us beyond even beyond imagination.
Yes.
The truth is that the generations coming after us
Yes.
are worse off. They don't even. We are saying that we lost so much in terms of colonial district.
Right.
The generations coming after us are not even conscious of even the little that we have.
Yes.
I am telling you, when sometimes I discuss with my children, you find that they are lost. And then it's a quagmire.
Yes.
You want to train your children, give them the best of European, Western education. In doing that, you are disconnecting them.
From their roots.
Yes, it is not easy for most families to balance them. If you send your child to Canada, for example, to study and all this, sometimes they don't come back. And they are lost.
Yes.
Would you say because you want them to be acculturized, therefore you won't give them Western education? So it's a dilemma
Yes.
to these things.
It's a dilemma.
It's a dilemma, and then it's costing us a lot.
Yes.
It's costing us a lot.
Yes, sir.
And I hope you will find a way. There must be a way to accommodate both ends.
Yes. It is a challenge indeed, but we are working on it, and that is why we are here today. Could you say some of the areas that you feel that culture and customs and history have been distorted as it pertains to AWKA Etiti? Those areas that revival and correction is needed.
Well, the
Specific customs and things.
let me give kudos to persons like Cardinal Arinze.
Yes.
Of course, you are aware that Ichiozo other title, for example,
Yes.
was modified by him
Okay.
in the whole of Igbo land.
Yes.
Now, even priests can take other title.
Yes.
What he tried to do was to remove the
ritual idolatrous
remove
taints on them.
Yes, he had the option, and did that because he's an Igbo man.
Yes.
If it were a typical before him, it was banned. Bishop Fury and all those ladies who don't understand what they condemned it and banned it.
Yes.
But he brought it into, allowed it and modified it, and that has retained some elements of our culture. Okay.
Yes.
For example, when we start this, you will find that they will throw Nzu.
Yes.
To me here.
Okay.
Nzu in Igbo, in typical Igbo, this represents purity.
Okay.
To the Igbo, to the white man, and the other, it's ritual, it's satanic, whatever they call it.
Yes.
Now, that brings the confusion. If you're a Christian, you are confused. Okay, but these are very simple things that should, any community that has no culture, has no identity. Any people that have no culture, have no identity, they don't have any root. As a matter of fact, they don't have any basis. They're existing in air. So it is this culture and tradition that identifies you, that makes you up. As much as possible, retain them and pass them on to the generations following. Without culture, for example, without carrying them over, for example, what a lot of things that we will see here today will not. I watched one of these social media this where a Nigerian, an Igbo man, was taking a bride in China and forced the Chinese parents, to wear the traditional this thing, and then presented the wine.
Okay.
Typically.
They wore Igbo traditional dress.
Yes, all over.
They are in China.
In China, so it did the flavor music for them to dance. You can see the Igbo, the Chinese lady, mimicking whether he's doing it right or not.
Yes.
That's the idea.
Yes.
The difference was that instead of using palm wine, which is what our culture permits, they use ordinary wine to do the ceremony.
Yes.
Of course, if you use ordinary wine here to do it, it's not accepted.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It must be palm wine.
Yes.
Now, why must it be palm wine? Because the people must have something that identifies them. Yes. It is not that palm wine is better than champagne.
Yes.
But you will not use champagne to do it. You must use palm wine. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
These are elements. When they bring kola nut here, for example, you see the way kola nut is would I say adored? I would say adored, but it's so much revered.
Yes, reverence. I think that's the word.
It's much revered.
Yes.
Not that it is anything. It is not in terms of nutrition or anything.
Yes.
But the people must have something that signifies them. Keeps them apart from others. And these are the elements I'm talking about. These are the things that we must not allow to clear up from this, otherwise we are lost. These are the remaining ones. The lost probably would have been lost. But these other ones remaining now must not. I attended the ceremony at Omonia. I'll just give you an example. Where the Igbo's, the late Igbo, a very good friend of mine at Omonia. And the son, who is supposed to be the prince, probably has not lived in Nigeria for this. And then when we went to discuss the bride price and all this, they asked the son to go and represent him in the discussion. We went there to take the daughter as this. And then they brought her the kola nut. Okay? And then passed it round. The son said, what's it? He used his left hand to take the dish. And you could see the whole place was outrage and all this.
Yes.
And that is supposed to be the prince.
The prince.
That's supposed to be the son of the deceased, representing the father.
Yes.
Can you imagine that outrage shows you the feeling And it comes from the elders.
Yes.
It's like it's an abomination.
Yes.
And which it is.
Who it is?
You use your left hand to pick the after asking what's this?
Yes.
Now you don't believe the guy is just coming from Europe. I don't know what part of Europe or Canada he's coming from.
Yes.
And he's lost. That's the dilemma I told you about.
Yes.
You see the dilemma.
Yeah.
The Igwe, of course, was in that dilemma. You want to give your children the best of education. Okay, you send them out. But you cut them off from the roots. And they came here lost. To them, all part of those ceremonies we are doing there were a waste of time. Let's go ahead and get this thing done. It's easy,
But I understand from reading up on your community that you, like the Ozo title taking you mentioned, it's not, I think at some point it was discontinued in your community.
No, it was not discontinued, it was modified.
It was modified.
Yeah, but because it was modified, it is not as
it used to be.
As it used to be. It is not as revered as it used to be. Formerly, you cannot put on a red cap in my community if you are not titled.
Yes.
If you are not an Ozo title holder.
Yes.
But these days, you can find anybody buying it and putting it on.
Yes.
And more or less, nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
You see, that's modification. Adulterated it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's diluted it beyond the distance, but it is still better than that we have lost it entirely. That's what I'm saying.
Entirely. Yeah.
Now, there are communities in Igbo land that still retains the original culture, undiluted. There are many, and those ones we look forward to them to lead the rest of the Igbo land. Unionry, which Igbo, the whole Igbo nation, Igbo world, consider as the origin of the world. You know what I'm saying? And this thing, I'm aware that most of these diseases, if the water pollutes from there, then we are lost.
Well, I would like to come back to the issue of Onre. We'll take a break. I want to come back to the issue of Onre and the origin of it. But for now, I understand that a lot of the festivals, traditional festivals, in this area were discontinued. Are you still having? Yes.
No, we still have our festivals. They were not discontinued. For example, we have the New Year Festival, which we celebrated this year, although under the protocol. We've had a Piolo, which we cancelled because of the protocol, the pandemic. And we have so many other protocols. There are some that were cancelled outrightly by the colonial masters. There are up till now, we are just reviving the masquerade. The Christianity, the church banned it. So I agree with you, that's where everybody banned masquerades.
Like which ones?
All of them, virtually all.
Every
masquerade. But in the past few years, in the past 7, 8, 10 years, we revived it. The only thing that we try to control them, because there were certain things the church was referring to, Obu, all those ritualities. But we understand that. But you cannot, how do you put it? Throw away a baby with
because of the bad water.
You try and remove the bad water, which is what I try to do, and it's working. It identifies us. There are certain masquerades in those days that are peculiar to this community.
Can you give us names of 1, 2, 3 of such masquerades?
We have Odogu, okay?
Yes.
We have, what do you call it? Let me call Odogu. What's the name of the other one? Odata.
Yes.
We have what's that one that I've forgotten all their names. But we have so many. But what happens is that we have brought all of them back.
They are being revived now.
They are all back. But what we try to do is, before you come out, you go and register. So at least as a control.
So do we have any chances of seeing any of them now that we are here?
No, because this ceremony does not permit. Yes.
So if I want to see them, I have to come back?
Yeah, no, you have to come back. Definitely.
Like when?
Anytime. Normally by the October next year, or when our Igbo is doing his Ofala.
Okay, when would that be?
No, there's no Ofala this year. It's a biannual.
Okay.
There'll be Ofala next year.
Okay.
All the masquerades are allowed, even in neighboring communities are allowed to come in and display masquerade.
Okay. So I understand about the effect of COVID in distorting things this year. But if we didn't have the COVID complication, what festivals would you have had this year, and which ones would you still have before this year
ends? We would
ends?
have had all our festivals, like I said.
Like which ones?
December, most biannually, December, January, we have the Igbo Ofala, which is normally a cultural festival. We have LGA in August, first week in August, which is everything, including masquerade.
Okay, so you've had that already?
Yes, we had that already. Yeah. We have Afiol, like I said, which we cancelled.
Okay.
Afiol represents end of farming season. Okay. And beginning of harvest. Okay. That's what it represents. Okay. And it's palm wine and masquerades and eating and drinking and jolly. Yeah. Elsewhere, it's a big event. If you go to Newi, virtually the communities will all come back. No, the people look forward to it, just like in AWKA Etiti. So we would have retained all of those. There are some that had been cancelled, which have not been revived up to now, like Odunke. Yes. Odunke is one ceremony that was last performed in they say it's 1930.
Yes. Yes.
But the cleaner, the Christianity, this bandits. Yes. We've not been able to revive that one. Even only very few people are still alive to remember how it is done. Yes. We are trying to see whether we can pick, because we lose all of them, to tell us what is this and see whether we can revive it. Yes. So some of the ones that we are lost, Odunke, for example, was totally lost. The bandits, the church bandits, and it remained banned even up till now.
At the Center of Research in Igbo History and Culture, we have said we are interested in reviving the goods and the best of Igbo customs and culture that are not tainted by idolatry. Yes. So if you are really serious about those things, we would like to partner with you. If you let us know, we would like to see how we can work together to see that done.
We will. We'll probably get you involved. For example, 3 years ago, we had the OWELLE. Okay. It's a merry making this thing because the mass return of everybody in AWKA Etiti. Okay. And then it's a festival, 1 week continuous. Enjoy it.
There will be pounded yam and there will be
pounded yam, anega. I don't know whether I've had that.
What is anega?
Anega is a delicacy. Known to AWKA Etiti. It's made from cocoyam.
So now that I'm here, will I not have a chance
to... No. The reason is that, again, the whole of this has been Anglican. I'm telling you that we are bringing... even the people that can make it are very few now.
Are very few now.
You get what I'm saying? Yes. So we bring that. There are a couple of others. Abako and all that. Those are delicacies that our forefathers use. So during that period, we try to revive them. But I'll be... culinary centers where this is, so that we bring their children to go and test it and know what it is. So we are trying to link them back to the roots. These are the things we are delicacies. Rice wasn't part of delicacy. It just came up. It's a recent introduction. Yes. There are foods that we are peculiar and known to our people. Where whenever I serve it, it makes a difference.
So what food best defines your community? What food, what delicacy best defines your community?
There is one comic.
Like in the Calabar people who know them with a dick icon.
That's what I'm saying.
People from my place, often Salah, and your community.
If you listen to one comic, the one musician is in the air now, describing what each town is known for. Okay. It describes, including every town, what they are known for. AWKA Etiti is known for Ofaku.
Ofaku?
Yes. Okay. Ofaku is palm kernel soup. They call it banga across the other side. Has different names. It's a delicacy. It's known. Nobody, if you bring Ofaku here and stew, typical stew or sauce, virtually everybody will go for Ofaku. Then the other side of it is onumo, which is general too.
Bitter leaf.
soup.
Okay.
These
What
are-
do you eat with your akpu?
Rice.
Is it, okay, rice?
Rice.
Not fufu, not akpu, not...
rice.
Okay.
Ofe and rice. That's what goes together. Then if
Okay.
you have this anega,
Yes.
I'm telling you now,
Yes.
ofe and anega.
So, what's your way, by way of what we call swallow? What do you eat?
Onumo.
No, what do you eat? I mean, is it apple or gari or...
Akpu is our traditional. If you just look at that outside there, you find
Yes.
it. You
Okay, yes.
You can see that's it. Every
Yes.
compound has a cassava farm.
Okay.
Virtually every compound. And then you now mill it. Some will dry it
Yes.
and then what do you call it? Stir it
Yes.
to get like okra and all that.
Okay.
So Abu is our traditional dish, yeah. But again, there is with the introduction of modern stuffs, it's
Yes.
diminishing. You find that a lot of young people now, if you bring Abu to them now, yeah, it's like they look at it.
Yes.
Oh, you understand what I'm
Yes.
saying? They would rather go for cornmeal or samovita
Yes.
and all that.
Yes.
But Abu remains identified.
You have not mentioned pounded yam at all. Does it not feature in your community?
Pounded yam is not too this here, no.
In your community,
Apple,
because
yeah.
you've not mentioned it at
No,
all
no.
and things.
No. Yam is either is porridge yam,
Yes.
that's yam with vegetable. Okay, that's about the best we can get of yam. We don't have pounded yam. We hardly do
Okay.
it.
You hardly do pounded yam.
Yeah.
And coming in, I've not seen any yam farms or
No,
things.
we have yam. You see, if you look around, you will see. But our community is not so much known
Into
for
yams
into
and
yam.
things.
The reason is that our land here is they call it dry land.
Yes.
It's not like we have land
Like
in
my
your
place.
area.
Okay.
So it's difficult to cultivate yam here.
Okay.
Not difficult, but a little bit tasking.
Tasking.
So because of that, people shift a little
Away
bit
from it.
out of it. But you
Okay.
still find it everywhere.
Okay. There is something I noticed coming in.
Yeah.
I deliberately walked around
Yeah.
before getting here. I noticed an absence of shrines, red cloth, tiger.
No.
You enter some communities, you see every tree has.
That is not as a matter of fact the vestige, the last vestige of that can be, you can identify the Christianity wiped out all that
Completely?
completely, and then there is a movement amongst the youth now
Yes.
to come back to it's a battle.
You mean the youth actually?
Actually the youths are coming back to
Yes,
it
yes.
now. We the elders are in a dilemma. The dilemma is, what do you do? They have, it's a part of our cultural heritage, but there are also some deity ritualistic occultic aspects of it that shouldn't be allowed to exist. Now I don't know when one crosses into the other.
Yes.
When it is just cultural whatever,
Yes.
and when it has moved into
Religion.
feeding,
Into
yes,
idolatry.
killing
Yes.
chicken and goat and
Yes.
all that, and feeding deities.
Yes.
That's the dilemma we are in now. At what point do you say stop? Don't go the other, because definitely we don't want to go back to those. That's the ones you refer as bad
Yes.
aspect.
Yes.
We have a few of them remaining, and then the people who the priests do in secret. Suddenly you can find out somewhere and find a basket with you. No, it's not. It's you.
I
you
looked.
find-
I looked at the junctions. I looked at the junctions. I didn't see
it's
anything.
Very rare. And
Yes.
they do it in the night. They go to the junctions,
Yeah.
put the basket. You find all sorts of things there. Some food, some head of chicken, some
Yes.
live chicken, some parts of meat, and all these things. Of course, the dogs will come in and then finish
enjoy
the whole
themselves.
thing.
Yeah.
But because they are, it's an abnormal, unaccepted practice here. Those who do it late in the night so that nobody sees them. You can't do it only. Yeah.
That's remarkable. I think
You can't do
it's
it
a
only,
contradiction. It's a kind of reversal of rules, because in my place and other places, it is the youths destroying shrines,
No.
rejecting, and
Yeah.
it is the older generation trying to sustain those things. So the reverse is the case here.
Opposite here they use. As a matter of fact, just that we won't have time.
Yes.
I've taken you the one of their representatives
Yes.
here, where if you go there, you find shrines. Of course, because he put them in his compound, nobody like compound have names of all of them, and they kill sheep and goat and cows and everything.
Yes.
But we will not go into somebody's compound to discuss. But if he brings them outside
of his
the
compound.
community will charge.
Thank you very much,
It's
sir.
the youths really that are reviving that old system. We the elders are against it, and we are
That's
saying
strange.
if you must do it, then let's define what it is, so that you don't take us back to what we have left.
That's strange, and I think it's remarkable and admirable in your
Yes.
community. We'll take a break. When we come back, I want to delve a little more into your history and what you mentioned about the origin of the Igbos and things.
Yes.
Thank you very much, High Chief.
Thank
We have been talking with High Chief INNO ANOLIEFO, OWELLE of AWKA Etiti. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.